You're late. Those two words slice through the dark before I even flick on the light. Her voice, low, trembling, and almost unfamiliar, comes from the living room. I freeze by the doorway, suitcase still in hand, the hum of the city outside fading into silence. The house smells of rain, of her perfume, of something I can't quite name. Something off. It's been 2 weeks on the road, meetings, flights, hotel beds that smelled of bleach. I'd imagined this moment differently. Her running to me, laughter, dinner waiting, but she's already sitting there, perfectly still in the half-light, her hands folded in her lap. Hey, I manage, setting the suitcase down. You scared me. She doesn't answer. Her face catches the light from the window, pale, haunted. The lamplight stays off and the quiet feels like a punishment. My pulse trips. I take a step closer. Anna, what's wrong? Her eyes flick to me, wet, wide. Then, she whispers, someone knows. The air shifts. The faint thunder outside sounds too close. Knows what? I ask, my voice barely holding steady. She stands suddenly, her silk nightgown brushing her knees. Before you say anything, before you look at me like that, please understand it was years ago. Her breath catches. I thought it was gone. I thought it was over. The floor feels like it tilts under me. Anna, you're not making sense. She steps closer, close enough that I can see her trembling. There are photos. From before us. Before everything. Someone found them. They want money. Her eyes break away from mine. They're threatening to send them to you. I take a step back, jaw tight. Photos of what? Of me, she whispers. With someone else. A strange sound leaves my throat, something between disbelief and pain. You mean someone you were with before we met? She nods slowly, her tears glinting in the dark. Yes, but that's not all. She looks up now, voice barely audible. The man blackmailing me, it's your brother. The room falls away. I blink, but she's still there, trembling. My brother's name echoes in my head like a curse. Daniel? I whisper. You're saying Daniel? She grabs my hands, desperate. Please, don't look at me like that. I didn't want to hide it from you, but I didn't know what to do. Her fingers dig into mine, ice cold and shaking. My heartbeat thunders in my ears. The silence between us stretches long enough to feel eternal. Finally, I pull away, slowly. My voice breaks, quiet but sharp. You should have told me the moment it started. I know, she says, but I was scared. Of losing you. Of what you'd think of me. I stare at her. The woman I married. The one I thought I knew. And realize I don't even recognize her silhouette right now. Rain begins to fall harder outside, tapping against the glass. Lightning flickers. For a moment her face glows, soft, sorrowful, beautiful in her fear. Part of me wants to hold her. The other part wants to walk out that door and never look back. But instead, I whisper, we're not done talking about this. My voice is low, firm, trembling with something darker than anger. She nods, wiping her face. I know. When I finally turn toward the bedroom, she stays behind, alone in the dark. But as I reach for the doorknob, she says something that makes me stop cold. He said, he has more than just photos. The room tilts again, and I realize whatever this is, it's only the beginning. I don't sleep that night. The rain keeps whispering against the windows, the clock ticking louder than it should. Every sound feels amplified, her footsteps in the hallway, the soft creak of the door as she checks whether I'm awake. I keep my eyes closed, pretending to rest, but my body won't unclench. Every muscle holds the weight of what she said, my brother. The blackmail. The photos. It's like my world shifted a few inches to the left, everything still here but not where it should be. When morning finally bleeds through the curtains, I sit up to find her already in the kitchen. She's barefoot, hair messy, a mug trembling in her hands. The smell of coffee mixes with the faint salt of tears that dried hours ago. She doesn't look up as I walk in. I didn't think you'd still be here. I live here, I say softly. The words taste wrong. Defensive, too sharp for the moment. She exhales, setting the mug down. I thought maybe you'd go to Daniel. Confront him. I study her face. You sound like you know him better than I do. Her eyes flash up to mine. That's not fair. Neither is what he's doing to you. I pull out a chair and sit. Tell me everything. From the start? She hesitates. Her fingers twist the ring on her finger. The one I gave her on a quiet beach 3 years ago. The one she promised meant forever. Finally, she speaks. It started last week. I got an email, no name, just a link. When I clicked it, there they were. Photos from before I met you. Someone took them without me knowing. I deleted them years ago, but her breath hitches. They're still out there. I try to imagine her then, before me. Younger, maybe reckless, vulnerable. The thought hurts more than I expect. And Daniel? I ask. She looks away. He called the next night. His number was hidden, but I knew his voice. He said he'd help make the problem disappear, for a price. I feel the anger crawl up my throat like fire. So he's not just blackmailing you. He's using this to get to me. Her voice trembles. He said if I didn't pay, he'd send the photos to you. To your clients. To your father's board. That's when it clicks. This isn't about her. It's about me. About leverage. Daniel's always been jealous of what I built after he burned his bridges with the family. And now he's found the perfect way to twist the knife. I stand and pace the room. He's playing both of us. I know. She wraps her arms around herself. That's why I didn't want you to find out. I thought if I could handle it quietly, maybe you could protect me. I cut in. By lying? Her eyes soften. By not destroying what we have. The silence stretches, heavy and suffocating. Her voice drops to a whisper. You think I wanted this?
No, I rub my temples, exhausted.
But you let it fester. She steps closer, her bare feet brushing against mine on the cold tile. I didn't know what else to do. Her nearness messes with my thoughts. I can smell her warm skin and vanilla. I remember what it felt like to come home to her arms, how her laughter filled these rooms. The same lips that now tremble with fear used to whisper my name like a prayer. Something in me softens despite everything. I reach out, brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. Anna, look at me. She does, slowly. Those eyes, stormy, guilty, beautiful. I never meant to hurt you, she says, voice cracking. You're the only thing that's ever felt real. For a heartbeat, we're suspended between fury and forgiveness, between everything we were and everything that might break. Her breath warms my hand, her eyes searching mine for something, absolution maybe. I want to give it. I want to take her pain and make it disappear. But trust doesn't grow in the dark. It burns there. I pull my hand back and she flinches like I've struck her. We'll fix this, I say. But we do it my way, her lips part. Your way? I'll talk to him. Her eyes widen. No, you can't. He's dangerous and he's angry at you already. He'll use this. He'll twist it. I shake my head. He already did. She takes a step toward me, fingers brushing my wrist. Please don't go to him. Not yet. I can feel her heartbeat through her skin. It's wild, desperate. And in that small touch, something passes between us, remorse, longing, fear. I could pull her into me and let everything collapse right there. But I don't, I can't. The truth still stands between us, sharp as glass. I have to know how deep this goes, I say. Her eyes shimmer. Then let me come with you. I meet her gaze, searching for sincerity. You trust me again, just like that? She holds her breath, then whispers. I never stopped. The words disarm me. For a second, I almost believe them. But before I can answer, her phone buzzes on the counter. Harsh. Sudden. She freezes. The screen lights up, no name. Just one message, tell him the truth. Or I will. She goes pale. I snatch the phone, reading the text again. My pulse spikes. Daniel. And then I see the attachment below, the small thumbnail loading slowly. Her voice trembles behind me. Don't open it, but I already have, and what I see changes everything. The photo burns into my eyes before I can even look away. It's her, Anna, on a bed I don't recognize. Candlelight, shadows, and someone else's hands on her skin. She's younger, freer, smiling in a way I've never seen before. And there's Daniel's voice on the text below, written in that cruelly casual tone he's always used when he wants to sound untouchable. You never really knew her, did you, brother? The phone feels heavy in my hand. I drop it on the counter like it's poison. Anna steps forward, trembling. Please don't look at me like that. Like what? My voice comes out rough. Like I'm seeing you for the first time? She shakes her head, tears spilling over. That's not who I am anymore. But it was you. My hands curl into fists. And he was there. He knew you before I did. No, not like that. She reaches for me, but I move back. He wasn't in the photo, I swear. He wasn't even part of that life. He's just using it now, using me to get to you. Her voice cracks, and for a moment I believe her. Or maybe I just want to. The silence stretches, full of everything we can't say. The rain outside has stopped, replaced by the hollow sound of the refrigerator humming. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something that could either save us or destroy what's left. Finally, I whisper, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" She takes a shaky breath. "Because I thought I could control it. I thought I could protect you from him, from this." But it spiraled out of my hands. Her eyes lift to mine, pleading, "You have to understand, I never wanted this to touch you." "Too late," I say. The words hurt to speak. She closes the distance between us, slowly, cautiously. Her fingers brush the edge of my shirt, then hesitate. "Then let me fix it, please." Her nearness stirs something in me, anger and longing twisted into one unbearable knot. I want to push her away, but when her hand rests against my chest, I feel my heartbeat kick like it's trying to reach her. "Why are you doing this?" I whisper. "Why do you still touch me like nothing's changed?" "Because it hasn't," she breathes. "Not for me." Her voice is soft, but it lands like a strike. I can feel the warmth of her breath, the faint tremble in her lips as she looks up at me. The air between us vibrates, electric, dangerous. I should step back. I don't. She looks at me, eyes shimmering. "I've made mistakes, yes. But I love you. That's the only truth I have left. It breaks something in me." I close the distance. My hands find her waist, her breath catches, and for the first time in what feels like years, she leans into me. Not as someone guilty, but as someone terrified of losing what little remains. Her lips touch mine. It's not a kiss, not really. It's a confession made of silence and salt. Her tears mix with mine, and for a moment everything dissolves. Daniel, the blackmail, the photos, the pain. There's just her heartbeat against my chest and the scent of her hair. Then reality slams back. I pull away, breath ragged. "We can't." "I know." Her voice trembles. "But I needed you to feel that it's still real." I turn away, running a hand through my hair. My body still burns from her touch, but my mind is chaos. "You said Daniel wants something from me." "What exactly?" She hesitates, biting her lip. "He wants your company." My stomach tightens. "Of course he does. He said if I could convince you to sell the shares quietly, he'd delete everything. He even sent me a contract." I stare at her. "And you were going to tell me when?" "I wasn't going to sign," she says quickly. I didn't know how to stop him." I pace the room, the memory of the kiss still heavy on my lips. "He's playing with fire," she nods. "He always has." Something shifts in her expression then, fear giving way to resolve. "Let me meet him, alone. I can get him to back down." I turn sharply. "Absolutely not. He won't talk if you're there," she insists. "He'll just escalate." "I don't care. You're not walking into whatever trap he set." She reaches for my hand, gripping it tightly. "Then promise me you won't do something reckless." Her touch lingers, and for a heartbeat I forget everything. The smell of her skin, the quiet rhythm of her breathing. It's maddening how she can still calm me and undo me in the same second. "I can't promise that," I whisper. Her eyes soften. "Then at least let me help you. Don't shut me out." I study her face, the face I once trusted without question. It's hard to know what's truth and what's guilt now. But one thing I do know, Daniel's not going to stop. And if she's right about him having more, this isn't just blackmail. It's war. I step closer, lowering my voice. "If we do this, we do it together." She nods slowly. "Together." Outside, thunder grumbles again, low and distant. And as she leans her head against my chest, I realize what terrifies me most isn't the threat or the lies, or even Daniel. It's how much I still want to believe her. 2 nights later, I find myself parked outside Daniel's penthouse. The city glows beneath me, distant, indifferent, beautiful. Every window up here is tinted black, and I can't tell if he's watching already. Maybe he expects me. Maybe he's smiling right now, waiting for me to knock. Anna sits beside me in the passenger seat, wrapped in her coat, hands tight in her lap. Her perfume fills the car, soft and familiar, but now laced with tension. She hasn't spoken for 10 minutes, not since I said, "We do this together." Now as I stare at the building, I realize together doesn't mean the same thing to both of us. She finally breaks the silence. "He'll twist everything you say." "I know, you can't let him bait you." "I know that too," she sighs. "Then why do I feel like I'm about to lose both of you?" I turn to her. The glow from the dashboard paints her face in soft orange light. Her eyes wide, her lips parted like she wants to say more but can't. I reach for her hand. She doesn't pull away. For a second, it feels like the world pauses, hanging in the space between us. Whatever happens in there, I say quietly, I need you to remember something. What? I'm not doing this because I don't trust you. I swallow hard. I'm doing it because I still do. Her breath catches. She squeezes my hand once before whispering, then let me go first. I shake my head. Not a chance. When we step out of the car, the night air bites cold and sharp. She walks beside me through the marble lobby, her heels clicking like a heartbeat I can't control. We don't speak as we ride the elevator up. 30 floors of silence broken, only by the hum of cables and the faint tremor of her breathing. The door to Daniel's penthouse is already open when we reach it. He's waiting. Daniel always did have a flair for performance. He's leaning against the kitchen island, suit immaculate, whiskey in hand. That same smug smile he wore at our father's funeral. The one that said, I won even when I lost. Well, well, he drawls, voice smooth as poison. The happy couple. Cut the act, I say. You know why we're here. He raises a brow, glancing at Anna. Oh, I do. But I'm not sure she does. Anna stiffens. Daniel, stop, he smirks. Still defending me, even now. God, you've always been loyal. To the wrong men. Enough. My voice comes out colder than I intend. Whatever you think you're doing, whatever game this is, it ends tonight. He swirls his drink lazily. Game, no, brother. This is business. You have what I want, and I have what you're too afraid to lose. He tosses a small envelope onto the counter. Inside, I glimpse printed photos, dozens of them. Her face, her body. The proof of her past, sharpened into blackmail. Anna gasps softly. You said you'd delete them. I lied, Daniel says, his smile widening. But don't take it personally. You both lied too. I move closer, fists clenching. You're not getting a cent from me. He steps forward, close enough that I can smell the whiskey on his breath. Then maybe I'll start with your father's board. Or your investors. Imagine their faces when they see what kind of woman you married. Before I can react, Anna slaps him. The sound cracks through the room like lightning. Daniel freezes, stunned, not by pain but by surprise. Anna's hand trembles, her breathing sharp and uneven. You're disgusting, she says, voice shaking. You always were? His expression hardens. Careful, sweetheart. You forget I can ruin you. I don't care anymore, she whispers. Do it, show the world. You think shame scares me after what you've done? Something in her breaks open then. Not fear, not weakness, but fury. For the first time, I see her standing tall, unflinching. The woman I fell in love with, the one who fights back, is still there. I step beside her, my voice steady. You're not holding power anymore, Daniel. You're just begging for relevance, he laughs low and dark. You really think this ends with a moral speech? He tosses back his drink and nods toward a laptop on the counter. Those photos are already scheduled to send if anything happens to me. Insurance. Then what do you want? I demand, his eyes narrow. You, humiliated, stripped of everything you've built. Just like you did to me. That's not true, I say through my teeth. You did that to yourself. He steps closer until we're face to face. Maybe. But tonight I'll finish what you started. Then from behind him, Anna speaks softly. Daniel, he turns. What? She's holding something, his phone. I don't know when she took it, but her voice is calm, steady. This ends now. He lunges forward, but I'm faster. My fist connects with his jaw before he can reach her. The sound is dull, final. He stumbles back, crashing into the counter, the glass shattering around him. For a heartbeat, everything goes still, just the sound of our breathing, sharp and uneven. Anna drops the phone and it clatters on the marble floor. You shouldn't have come here, I whisper. Tears glisten in her eyes. Neither should you. We stand there in the chaos, 3 lives tangled in love, betrayal and bloodlines that never healed. And as Daniel glares up at me, smiling through his bruised lip, he says the words that turn the night into a nightmare. You think she told you everything? He breathes. Ask her about the night she met me. I turn to Anna, her face drains of color, and that's when I realize the worst part isn't what he's done, it's what she still hasn't said. The world tilts when Daniel says it. Ask her about the night she met me. His words echo, sinking into the silence that follows. Anna's face says everything before her lips even move. Shock, fear, guilt, and something else. Resignation, I take a step toward her. What is he talking about? Don't, she whispers, shaking her head. Not here. Then where, Anna? Because right now I'm standing in front of a man who's trying to ruin us, and he thinks you already helped him once. Daniel laughs weakly, blood on his lip. She didn't mean to, of course. She never means to, does she? I ignore him, my eyes locked on hers. Tell me, her voice trembles. It was one night. Years before you and I met. I didn't know who he was then. We met at a party. I was lost, drunk, angry at life. He offered me a ride home. I didn't know what kind of man he really was. I stare at her. The truth hits harder than any punch. You slept with him, her eyes close. Once. I didn't even remember his name until you introduced us years later. When I realized he was your brother, I wanted to disappear. I can't breathe. The sound of the city outside fades until there's only the slow, ragged thump of my heartbeat. All the lies, all the pain. It wasn't just about blackmail anymore. It was about blood and betrayal woven so tightly together there's no space to breathe between them. Daniel smirks. So now you know, brother. She was mine first. Something inside me snaps. I move before I can think. My hand is at his collar, slamming him back against the counter. Say that again, I growl. Anna screams my name, grabbing my arm, pulling me back. Stop, please, this is what he wants. Her voice drags me out of the red haze. I release Daniel, shoving him away. He stumbles, laughing like a man who's already destroyed everything he came to destroy. Go ahead, he taunts. Hit me again. Maybe I'll press charges this time. Maybe I'll tell the world how you beat your brother to protect a liar. Get out, I say through clenched teeth. He smirks. This is my place. Not anymore. I grab the laptop and his phone, both still on the counter. You want to play games with people's lives? Not today. Anna steps beside me, eyes wet but fierce. You're done, Daniel. I see something flicker across his face, surprise, maybe fear. She pulls out her own phone and hits a button. A recording light flashes red. Say hello to the police, she says, voice shaking but strong. They've been listening since the moment we walked in. Every threat, every word. Daniel's expression twists. You wouldn't... They already have your files, she cuts in. Everything you sent, everything you stored in the cloud. I made sure of it. I look at her, stunned. She nods. You told me not to come here, but I had to be ready. He's been controlling me with fear for too long. For the first time, Daniel looks cornered. He backs away slowly, eyes darting between us, searching for a way out. But there isn't one. Sirens wail faintly below, the sound growing closer with each passing second. I take Anna's hand, steadying her. Let's go. We walk out together, leaving him standing in his perfect penthouse, his empire of manipulation collapsing behind us. Hours later, the police have everything. The files, the threats, the proof of blackmail. Daniel is in custody before dawn. They say he won't see daylight again for a long time. But victory doesn't feel like it should. The air between Anna and me is thick, fragile, uncertain. We sit on the balcony as the city wakes. The sunrise painting her face in soft gold. She hasn't said much. Neither have I. Finally, she breaks the silence. You hate me. I shake my head slowly. I don't. I wish I could. Her eyes glisten. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I know. I whisper. But you kept too many pieces hidden. She nods, tears slipping down her cheeks. I was afraid if you saw who I used to be, you'd stop loving me. I reach out, brushing a tear away with my thumb. I fell in love with who you are. But now I have to decide if that's enough to forgive who you were. Her breath catches. And can you? I look at her, at the way the morning light hits her hair, at the woman who's broken and brave all at once. I don't know, I admit. But I want to try. She leans into my touch, cautious, like she's afraid I'll pull away. That's more than I deserve. Maybe. But it's also more than either of us expected. For a long moment, we sit there, silent, watching the world move on without us. The storm has passed, but its shadow lingers. Yet as the light grows stronger, I feel something small and stubborn take root inside me. Hope. When she finally rests her head on my shoulder, I let her. Her hand finds mine, fingers cold but steady. We don't speak. We don't need to. The truth sits between us, ugly, real, unchanging, but it's ours now. Shared. Maybe that's how healing begins, maybe not with forgetting, but with finally telling the truth. As the city hums to life, I glance at her once more. No more secrets, I say quietly. She nods. No more lies. And for the first time since that night I came home to find her waiting in the dark, I believe her. Because this time, the light stays on,